So good afternoon. I'm Myla Sarmiento and now I will discuss the contradiction of Mendelian's and non-Mendelian's inheritance. So let's start of the history of Gregor Mendel and how he became a father of the genetics. In 1860s, in an Australian monastery, there lived a monk named Gregor Mendel. Monk had a lot of time on three hands and Mendel spent his time crossing pea plants. As he did this over and over and over again, he noticed some pattern to the inheritance of traits from one set of pea plants to the next. Now, notice in that very brief description of his work that his word chromosomes or genes are nowhere to be found. That is because the role of these things in relation to inheritance and heredity that not been discovered yet. What makes Mendel's contribution too impressive is that he described the basic pattern of inheritance before the mechanism for inheritance, namely genes, was even discovered. Mendel studied the inheritance of 7 different features in peas, including height, flower color, seed color, and seed shape. To do so, he first established pea lines with 2 different forms of a feature, such as tall versus short height. He grew this line for generations until they were pure bleeding, always produced offsprings identical to the parent. Then, breed them to each other and observe how the traits were inherited. In 1865, Mendel presented the result of his experiment with a nearly 30,000 pea plant to the local Natural History Society. Based on the pattern he observed, the counting data he collected, and the mathematical analysis of his results, Mendel proposed a model of inheritance in which characteristics such as flower color, plant height, and seed shape were controlled by a pair of heritable factors that came into different versions. One version of a factor, the dominant form, could match the presence of another version, the recessive form. The 2 paired factors separate during gamete production, such that each gamete, sperm or egg, randomly reserved just one factor. The factors containing different characteristics were inherited independently of one another. By carefully analyzing his pea plant number, he was really good at mathematics, and he discovered 3 laws of inheritance. The 3 laws of Mendel: the law of dominance, the law of segregation, the law of independent assortment. The law of dominance. The law of dominance says that when an organism is heterozygous for a trait, meaning it has 2 different alleles for the gene, the allele that is expressed is a dominant. In a cross of parents that are pure for contrasting traits, only one form of the trait will appear in the next generation. Offspring that are hybrid for a trait will have only the dominant trait in the phenotype. While Mendel was crossing reproducing his pea plant over and over and over again, he noticed something interesting. When he crossed pure tall plants with pure short plants, all the new pea plants referred to as the F1 generation were tall. Similarly, crossing pure yellow seed pea plants and pure green-seeded pea plants produced an F1 generation of all yellow-seeded pea plants. Now, in our modern wisdom, we use allele or gene instead of what Mendel called factor. There is a gene in the DNA of pea plant that controls plant height, makes them either tall or short. One form of the gene allele codes for tall, and other allele for plant high codes for sure. The Punnett square, or P square for short. This helps us illustrate the process Mendel did and will assist you in figuring out a multitude of genetics problems. We will start by using a P square to illustrate Mendel's law of dominance. Recall that he discovered his law by causing a pure tall pea plant and a short pea plant. The second law, the law of segregation. The law of segregation says that organisms have two copies of every gene, and that they get one copy of each gene from each parent. It is one of Gregor Mendel's law of inheritance. But this model alone doesn't explain why Mendel saw the exact pattern of inheritance he did. In particular, it doesn't account for the 3:1:1 ratio. For that, we need Mendel's law of segregation. According to the law of segregation, only one of the two gene copies present in an organism is distributed to each gamete, egg or sperm cell, that is mate, and the allocation of the gene copies is random. When an egg and sperm join in fertilization, they form a new organism. Those genotypes consist of the alleles contained in the gametes. The test cross. Mendel also came up with a way to figure out whether an organism with a dominant phenotype, such as yellow-seeded pea plant, was a heterozygote or a homozygote. This technique is called a test cross and is still used by plant and animal breeders today. The law of independent assortment. The law of independent assortment is one of the principles of Mendelian inheritance. This is alongside the law of dominance and the law of segregation. It says that during gamete production, genes for different traits segregate independently of each other. This means that offspring can have combination of traits that are different from either or their parents. Independent assortment gives a chance for new trait combination to show up that could be advantageous. Mendel's law of independent assortment states that the alleles of two or more different genes get assorted into gametes independently of one another. In another word, the allele of gamete reserved for one gene does not influence the allele reserved for another gene. The reason for independent assortment. To see why independent assortment happens, we need to fast forward half a century and discover that genes are physically located on chromosomes. To be exact, the two copies of genes carried by an organism, such as Y and AY allele, are located at the same spot on the two chromosomes of homologous pair. Homologous chromosomes are similar but non-identical, and an organism gives one member of the pair from each of its two parents. The Mendelian inheritance. Mendelian inheritance pattern involves genes that directly influence the outcomes of an organism's traits and obey Mendel's law. Most genes in eukaryotic species follow a Mendelian pattern of inheritance. However, there are many that do not. Non-Mendelian inheritance is a general term that refers to any pattern of inheritance in which traits do not segregate in accordance with Mendel's law. This law describes the inheritance of traits linked to single genes on chromosomes and the nucleus. The codominance. Codominance is believed to be a violation of the law of dominance. When the alleles for a particular trait are the codominants. They are both expressed equally rather than a dominant allele taking complete control over a recessive allele. This means that when an organism has two different alleles, heterozygotes will express both at the same time. The example of codominance is pickled flower, where the plant breeder has bred two different colors of flower together, or resulting in a pickled hybrid that has patches of color from both parents. The incomplete dominance. Sometimes in the heterozygote, dominant allele does not completely match the phenotypic expression of the recessive allele, and there occurs an intermediate phenotype in the heterozygote. This is called incomplete dominance. With codominant alleles, both traits are expressed at the same time. With incomplete dominance, the same thing occurs, but the traits are blended together rather than occurring in discrete patches. It does refer to the condition in heterozygote where the phenotype is intermediate between the two homozygotes. An example of incomplete dominance is in some plants the cross of red and white produce pink flower progeny for or clock plants. Polygenic inheritance. Some traits are controlled by many genes such as the height, IQ, skin, eye color, etc. Genetic inheritance occurs when one characteristic is controlled by two or more genes. Often the genes are large in quantity but small in effect. The example of polygenic inheritance is skin color in man Davenport. Multiple alleles. Mendel studied just two alleles of his P genes, but real populations often have multiple alleles of a given gene. Stereotropy. Some genes affect many different characteristics, not just a single characteristic. An example of this Marfan syndrome, which results in several symptoms, usually tall height, then finger and toes, lens depletion, and heart problems. These symptoms, although not seem to be directly related, can be traced back to the mutation of a single gene. Gene linkage. Gene linkage. Each chromosome contains more than one gene. If the genes are situated in the same chromosome and are fairly close to each other, they tend to be inherited together. This type of coexistence of two or more genes in the same chromosome is known as linkage. For example, some combination of wing shape and body colors are inherited together. Fruit flies that have brown bodies are more likely to have normal wings, while fruit flies that have black bodies are more likely to have vestigial wings. Extranuclear inheritance. Though the genes of nuclear chromosome had a significant and key role in the inheritance of almost all traits from generation to generation, they altogether cannot be considered as the sole vehicles of inheritance. Certain experimental evidences suggest the occurrence of certain extranuclear genes or DNA molecules in the cytoplasm of many prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. For example, mitochondria and chloroplasts have their own DNA and reproduce on their own inside each cell. Mitochondria DNA is passed down from a mother to her offspring because the mitochondrial sperm cell don't make it into the egg. Thus, the entire mitochondrial DNA, the offspring, whether male or female, originally comes from the female only. And that's the end of my topic about the Mendel's and non-Mendel inheritance.